Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining my co host Mary and I for another Spiritual Learning Thursday. Every Thursday, we go over a different topic. After we play the video on the topic, we'll take any questions that anyone has and we'll try to answer them the best that we can. If you have any ideas on what you would like to learn about in the next upcoming videos, please leave a comment. We will be with you shortly. If you would be so kind as to take this time to give a like and share out the video, it would be greatly appreciated. Sit back, enjoy the show. Thank you so much again for coming. Hi, everybody. I hope you're all well.
Hi, everybody.
We have Kelly, Scott, and Eli, it looks like.
I don't know how long I'll be on. I may jump off and just let it run, but until you're done or whatever. But I'll be here through the video for sure.
Hi, Evie. Welcome in.
Happy. Hi, Scott. Hi, Eli.
And Kelly. I think she was on mine when we first came in, so it's nice to see everybody. Today we're doing the history of the art of meditation, because a lot of people do, you know, they show you how to do meditation, but nobody really tells you, like, hey, this is where it came from, this is why it started. I can stay for a little while, just got home. Oh, okay, sounds good, Scott. I'm glad the new job's going well. So this is more the history, how it got started, where it got started, all the different types, which type came from what part of the world. Super interesting when you go back and read the history on it, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So that's what the video's on today, and of course after we'll take any questions you guys have. Ooh, that doesn't sound nice, Scott.
Yeah, that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
They put it back in place.
I guess he put it back in the place.
Yeah, that ain't no fun. Let me tell you. Well, this meditation here, Scott. There you go. That it'll help you decompress.
Mm-hmm. I injured. Oh yeah, at the previous job. Yeah, gotcha. I got injured on my previous job too, and I'm still trying to recover. You know?
Ron hates you. Why does Ron hate you? Hey, Debbie. Who's Debbie? Is there Debbie in here? Eli must think he's in. He must be on more than one chat. He's in the wrong chat box.
Ah, I just got a message from Benny. We love our Benny. Benny sent me a message. You know, she's been rallying. Trump found guilty on all 34 charges.
Who?
Trump was found guilty on all 34 charges.
Oh, I wonder if he's going to jail.
I don't know, but I hope that means he can't run for president. I hope that means we get a different one, a different person running.
Amen to that. But I don't think, to be truthfully honest with you, I don't think the one we got's doing so great. But
but that's what I'm saying. But we need another. We need another Republican
running,
or another somebody.
Right.
Another somebody.
We need another Democrat and Republican running.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what we need. We need to start fresh. Mix up the pot a little. There must be some young guys ready to go. Yeah. Maybe money won't save. No, money can't save you. You know, we're doing spiritual stuff, and we know that money not gonna help you. The spirits don't take money. God or the the angels, they're not taking bribes today. No way. You need a fresh start. Yep, you got it, Evie. I mean, I don't mind Joe, except he's old now, and I think he's, if he would have ran 10 years ago, he would have been good. Now he's too old, so we need some young ones. But nope, my spirits guide has helped me.
You guys share out for us.
Yes, Mark, of course, Martin helps you, and you don't have to pay him, right, Scott? What about the Kennedy fella? I don't know. Is he running? Maybe. But yeah. So we have 9 in. We usually wait a few more minutes just to make sure we don't start the video and everybody starts coming in. We'd like to wait at least 15 minutes and just chatty a little bit with you guys, so that anybody who comes in doesn't miss doesn't, even though this one's a little longer, it's still a
the Kennedy, is there Kennedy running?
I don't, maybe. But maybe we should stick in the vice president.
If they got half of what the last Kennedy had, I hope they are running.
Mm-hmm. Nope, no down payment needed with Martin. That's right. Although I give them, it's not a bribe. It's because I love them. I give them food and coffee and stuff. I think he's an independent. That's what we need. We need an independent or a socialist to shake shit up a bit. And I don't mind them, actually. I think it'll be fine. So, but there's not enough people, Jackie, Evie, people are afraid of socialist and independent parties. I don't know why. They just are. So they don't normally vote for them. He has to switch over to like Democrat or Republican, but put his idealistics of the independents in with that, mix it up a bit, and maybe he'll do good. When I'm in the truck, I talk to him. There you go. He probably likes that. Today I got a ring on the bell. I think your politics is the same as us. The independents give their votes to one or the other. Yeah, yeah, Evie. I don't know. They're afraid. They're afraid. And let me tell you, because I would have loved to get the socialists in when the other gentleman was running. Oh my God, his name just left my head, but I would have liked it, you know. But it's hard because the problem is when you have two crappy ones running, or at least one really bad one that you don't want to sway from like voting for the other person that you know might win because you don't want your vote not to count. Like, so I think that's why a lot of people don't vote the third party kind of thing, because of the fact that they're like, no, I really don't want this one, so I really got to vote for this other one. Like with when it was like Trump, I was like, there's no way I can vote for the socialist because I can't let that vote not count to go to him. Like, like I can't let there be a sway, So that's what happens sometimes. And then like so you don't end up voting for the third party, which is kind of crappy because, it probably everybody thinks the same way. So, that's what happens. Hey, Shire. Socialism and independence are not communists. Trump was a communist or was trying to be one.
Sure.
But, unfortunately,
Shire.
I hope you're well, Shire. um, but yeah. Oh, he's your best friend. That's nice, Scott. Alrighty. Well, we're just about at the 6:15 mark. I don't see, it's a slow day today, I guess.
I shared out everywhere I can share out.
I did too. I shared out beforehand, and Lunayar. She's a bunch of loony, all right. No, Shia.
Scott, that ain't never going to happen. It'd be great, but
yeah,
it ain't never going to happen.
I could understand the houses to pay for them because of the building materials and stuff. What I can't see is why the government is charging us property tax on property that technically they can't own because it's the earth. It belongs to the earth. That's the only thing, I understand having to pay for the house. Somebody had to build it.
Well, I don't understand them taking taxes on property we own. But I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, well, the property, technically the properties belong, the earth belongs to nobody. So technically all property should be free. It's the housing you're paying for, the house, because somebody built it, and the materials and whatever. Yes. Okay. The property should belong to nobody.
I agree with that. The Indians even said that, but hey.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with the Indians.
I guess without having some kind of governing over stuff like that, there would have been a lot of killing, a lot more than there was. That was a big thing. You can land grab And there's still free land out there, believe it or not. But you can't grow nothing on it. And there's free land in Missouri, Kansas, I want to say Montana. I don't know. You can look it up.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is. Yeah, okay. The land should be free. Like if there's a plot, I mean, I can understand the government regulating it, meaning like, okay, you know, you can only maybe have 2 plots that's yours that you could say is yours and you could build on, you know? I can understand the government holding the rights to the plots, but not charging you for it. There's a big difference, you know? Okay, like, okay, well, you already have 2 plots. You can't have another one in your name because the plots is for all of the America, whatever, you know? So, you know, I can see that. I can see you having to put in a request to, oh, there's this piece of land, it's the size by this size, I would like to build a house on it. And them saying, okay, you can do that, you know, here we're going to give you the right to build your house there. You know, I could see that without you having to pay them.
Medicine,
You know, but I can't see them being like, okay, oh, you bought this land and you bought this house from this other guy. Now I'm going to charge you again and again and again and again every year for this land you already bought. You know? Anyway, I don't know. I'm sure there's a better way. Problem with socialism is everything becomes state-owned, industry, home, and law. It already, Shire in New York, the government already owns everything, even the people. So it doesn't matter. Like, you know.
Okay, who's Martin and Scott? Are you taking medicine?
Oh, Martin is his spirit guide.
Well, okay, and that's cool. And he says my hand is being distracted by my kitty. I mean, I've never heard him. Okay.
Oh, he's not typing because he's petting the kitty.
Conversation.
No, yeah, he's not typing as much because he's petting the kitty.
That's not what I mean.
No,
His cat. I mean, it's how. I mean, never mind.
okay.
Shire can take that and run with it. Let me tell you.
I could have too, but I knew what he was saying.
Me too.
I knew he wasn't. I knew the wife wasn't laying there, and he wasn't like, you know, playing with her kitty. Oh, got way off the subject of meditation. Now, guys.
You know, I mean, he's never said nothing like that before, so I'm like, you know, are you on something today or what?
Hi, Jen Love. Welcome in.
Oh, ain't no confusion, Scott. I'm just checking. I'm just checking to make sure you're okay.
We just checking. Well, he might have.
That you're not flying around.
Left-wing politics is socialism. Best to be central ground. Right, Shire.
Socialism. Best to be central grounded. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Shire, on that.
I'm just tired. That's good. I know. And his knee went out. So.
I understand that.
Alrighty. Well, here we are, 6:20. Let's play the video and see what we got. Mary's gonna press it. We're going to let me go to the layout, put it big for you guys. I'm gonna mute myself and Mary's gonna play it for you guys.
7 at night, I take it, and is that Eastern time, Jen?
Oh, is Jen Eastern Standard Time? I don't know. She's in Texas. That might be Pacific Time.
Well, Uber Goober is doing the live stream, so I mean, I don't know where she lives.
Right.
And she put it's 5:20 there now, so she's Central Time, same as me.
Mm-hmm.
But just checking to see. Anyway, over to the video.
Over to it's Pacific Time. Okay, thank you.
Here we go.
Hello and welcome to another spiritual learning video. Today we're going to go over meditation, its history, and what it is today. Meditation started to become really mainstream around the turn of the millennium, but few people are aware of how old and broad this art really is and how it got developed in different parts of the world. Meditation originated in India a very long time ago. The oldest documented evidence of the practice of meditation are wall arts in the Indian subcontinent from approximately 5,000 to 3,500 BCE, showing people seated in meditative postures with half-closed eyes. The oldest written mention of meditation is from 1500 BCE in the Vedas. That is the time when the Vedas made it to paper. But it must be understood that the Vedas has been memorized and passed down as an oral tradition for centuries, long before they were finally written down. In fact, the Brihad Aranka Upanishad lists nearly 70 generation of meditation gurus and students that existed up to that point. During this ancient time, meditation was a practice for religious people who thought it sought to transcend the limitations of human life, connect with universal forces personified as deities, and union with transcendental reality called a Brahman in the Vedas. The Hindu tradition of meditation includes both yogis meditating in caves as well as the sages of the Vedic culture. It is the oldest meditation tradition on earth, still alive and thriving. It has hundreds of lineages and techniques. Most likely, the first meditation technique to be invented or discovered was either mantra meditation or gazing, although we can't be sure. The modern yoga movement, which emphasizes posture and breathing exercise, is an adoption of just one of these hundreds of yogic schools, the Hatha Yoga School. In general, yoga is a wisdom tradition whose core is meditation and spiritual development, not a system of stretches and breathing practices. In the 6th century BCE, Simhara Gautama abandoned his royal life as a prince and set out to obtain enlightenment. In the process, he learned meditation and philosophy from the best yogis he could find in his region. After a while, still dissatisfied from what he learned, he diverged from the tradition and created his own methodology. He achieved the enlightenment he sought and became the Buddha. He then spent the next decades of his life teaching meditation and spiritual awakening to thousands of people. Over the next several centuries, Buddhism spread all over Asia and many different lineages were formed. Nowadays, the Buddhist styles of meditation, Vipassana, Samatha, loving kindness, and walking meditation, are perhaps the most widely practiced forms of meditation in the West. In the same golden century as the Buddha, 3 other religions were born, all with their own approaches to meditation. They are Jainism in India, founded by the Mahavir, Jainism is a very aesthetic tradition that places great emphasis on self-purification, self-discipline, contemplation, and non-violence. The Jain meditation techniques involve mantra repetition, gazing, breathing awareness, visualizations, and self-inquiry. Taoism in China, founded by Liu Tez. Taoism emphasizes union with Tao, or cosmic life nature. You can learn more about the Taoic meditation in many different books. Confucianism in China, founded by Confucius. Confucianism focuses more on morality and community life. Meditation was developed in this tradition centuries later with a focus on self-contemplation and self-improvement. It is called Jing Zhou. These traditions are still alive today, although not as popular outside their home countries as Buddhism and yoga are. The Greek philosophers, partially under the lively influence of sages and yogis of India, developed their own version of meditation. Such cultural influences were enhanced by Alexander the Great's military exploits of India. 327 through 325 BCE, which brought both cultures in touch. Plato and Aristotle, as well as the historian Herodotus, freely admitted the influence of the Orient upon Greek thought. For the Greeks, the Indian sages exemplified the highest virtues of the philosophical life that they themselves sought. The Greeks admired the sages' apparent immunity to pain and discomfort, as well as their disinterest in pleasure, and what the Greeks saw as their contempt of death. Greek philosophers practiced navel gazing as an aid to philosophical contemplation. Later on, philosophers developed meditation techniques especially involving concentration. The influence of Eastern thought and contemplative traditions on the West was cut once Christianity began to dominate Europe. It was only in the 20th century that the dialogue East-West began to flourish again. Christian mystics developed their own form of meditation, mostly based on repetition of a religious word or phrase and the silent contemplation of God. One form of Christian meditation is called Jesus' Prayer, which was developed between the 10th and 14th centuries in Greece. Historians speculate that this group of Christians might have had contact with the Sufis and the Indians, which is where the influence of meditation might have come from. Further development of Christian meditation happened by the work of Benedictine monks and Trappist monks. Zen is a popular school of Buddhism founded by the Indian Persian monk Badarama, who in the 8th century traveled to China to teach meditation. From that point, his teachings developed into the lineage of Chan in China, being later exported into Korean, Sisan, Japan, Zen, and Vietnam, Thien. All of these are known collectively as Zen. In all of these lineages, there is a strong influence of Taoism and Chinese culture, which particularly explains the uniqueness of Zen in relationship to other Buddhist traditions. The tradition of Sufis, the mystics of Islam, goes as far back as 1,400 years. Sufism, under some influences of Indian contemplative traditions, developed meditation practices based on breathing, mantra, and gazing. The core of their practices is connecting with God, Allah. They also developed their iconic Sufi whirling, which can be seen in Turkey even today. The Jewish historic traditions of Kabbalah, especially under the influence of Abraham Afadafa, 1240 through 1291, and some later contemplatives, also developed its own form of meditation. These are mostly based on the deep contemplations of philosophical principles, names of God, symbols, prayers, and the tree of life. In the 1700s, several of the Eastern texts of philosophy began to be translated into European languages. By the 18th century, the study of Buddhism in the West was a topic for intellectuals. In the US, major figures of the Transcendentalist movement were also admirers of the ideals of Eastern philosophy and spirituality. Yoga and meditation were introduced to the United States early in the 20th century by a yogi. His charismatic and rationalist presentation at the Parliament of Regions in Chicago in 1893 triggered a big interest in Americans in Eastern philosophy and spirituality. It was also well received by the Transcendentalist movement in the United States, especially by Ralph and Henry. As a result of his influence in the 20th century, several famous Indian spiritual teachers migrated to the U.S. Likewise, representatives of several schools of Buddhism made their way to teach in the West. Most of these Eastern masters started teaching the practice of meditation in a more westernized way, often simplified and decoupled from its spiritual context. Scientific studies began to emerge, and people realized that meditation is not only for those who are seeking spiritual enlightenment. According to the scholar George Ferenstein, the first piece of scientific research on meditation happened in 1936, and the first one using the EEG was in 1955. The first collection of scientific studies on meditation was made in 1977 by James Funderbuck, a student of the Swami Rama of the Himalayan International School of Yoga Science. In fact, Swami Rama was one of the first yogists to be studied by Western scientists. In the 1960s, he demonstrated to scientists his ability to voluntarily control his bodily processes, such as heartbeat, blood pressure, and body temperature, which science had up until then considered being involuntary. He demonstrated many other things too, and these other demonstrations triggered interest in the scientific community to further study the effects of meditation in the body. As a result, over the next 5 decades, the number of scientific studies on meditation increased considerably, and so did their quality. Now, in the early 21st century, meditation has become mainstream and greatly secularized. Even though meditation continues to exist, it is the secular approach to the practice for its benefits to the body, mind, and wellness, which is the reason for its ever-increasing popularity. Where to go from here? Look up the step-by-step guides on the different techniques and traditions of the art of meditation. See which one works for you. Thank you so much for joining us on another spiritual learning video. If you're enjoying this content, please check out our spiritual learning playlist for more. We'll see you again soon.
All righty. Yeah, it was so interesting. I didn't know that the Greeks were so big into yoga and like Zen and all this stuff. I knew they were into like they like things like witchcraft and stuff. Um and they're big into like the evil eyes, like people giving them curses and evil eyes and stuff. But I didn't know that they had so much like of this took so much Eastern influences when it came to like and made their own type of meditation. Super interesting. So I would like to see what that looks like. So I'd like to go a little more into this myself, but yeah. And who knew it was so old that they had cave drawings on meditation? Like, you know, that blew my mind, guys. I was like, what? You know? Because when you think about it, you think it would be something new, but no.
Hi, Alan. Sorry. He's over on my channel. Did you
Yeah,
met?
I have
I
both.
think
So
he's
I'm typing in both the chats here. You're probably right, Evie. And they didn't put it in, they had the 10, I guess, most popular, or what, the articles I was reading really only had like the Greeks, the Jewish people, the Indian, like, because that's where it kind of originated from. Um, so was India. So, like, they didn't go into, I guess, every single, but ones that adopted it and made it their own, but different names, just like the Chinese and the Japanese, they did, they made their own names to it and adapted it different, and they all used it for different reasons, which was another um interesting thing. Like, some would use it like more as a religious, to get closer to God. Others would just use it to for spirituality. Others would use it to just, like, decompress. Um, some would use it for just getting closer to nature. So it was really interesting, um, to hear the different reasons, the different reasons why they wanted to use it. Like the Greeks thought, oh well, it helps with your temptations, and it helps you be okay with death, basically, like, because they were, a lot of people back then, especially, I guess, were afraid of dying. So um yeah, so that was interesting. Thank you so much, Jen.
and we're quiet.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting to see if there's any questions. I know, I saw typing. I could use those techniques to help with my knee. Took arthritis pain relief to help my knee calm down. I'm so looking forward to the weekend. Oh, yeah, me too. But my weekend's the same as during the week. All I do, guys, is make videos and edit them for the both channels. And it's like, and then I play my game a little that I like. Then I have to eat. The kids remind me by dropping something, and then I'm like, "Oh shit, we gotta eat, don't we?" And then that's about my whole entire week every week. Uh,
Shocked that there was also a parallel religion from Persia in conjunction to Christianity called Mithras that chanted. It was where we got the body and blood of Christ and the head of the church called Father.
oh,
Oh,
see that,
cool.
Shia?
I did not know that's where it come from, but I knew that that it didn't necessarily come from the Christianity as our Christianity is. Um, I knew that it come from one of the off branches. I'll put off branch of Christianity of that, because I feel like, even though, say like there's different Methodists to, not to get into religion or whatever, but it's God is in it. So, and it goes on down from there. So
Oh yeah, well, a
yeah,
lot of them, a lot of them, like, but they even said it's funny how people took it all different ways. Some people took it just
Right.
to revitalize. Some people took
It
it
pays
as
to,
religion, but other people took it as I could do this and I don't have to be spiritual or religious. I could just do it for my health. So
right,
super interesting on
right. I
that.
agree with that, and it pays to really to read up on different religions and beliefs and all that, because you'll be surprised what you'll learn.
Oh,
And it's not going against your own religion or spirituality. It's just a learning thing. You learn things from reading, from research and reading and doing all that. So I mean, and
well,
I've done some research on other stuff.
yeah.
You know,
Funny enough, Scott, um, my mother was Greek Orthodox, and she went to a Baptist church. And I guess that's more like where the African Americans go, right? So she went to this Baptist church, I guess for like a funeral. And she loved it so much. She's like, no, I'm going to go to the Baptist church from now on. And I'm like, what? you know? And when I moved, I was in College Point for a while. There was no like Greek church close, but there was a Protestant church. And the lady in Protestant background, a lady could be the pastor. It doesn't have to be a male, which I never heard of. And so this one had a female, so I would go there all the time, to the Presbyterian church. And, because you can really talk to God in your bedroom. You don't need to go to the church, but, we used to go there. I send the kids to the summer. They had a week of like Bible camp there at the Protestant church. I sent them there. They had all sorts of stuff, for the community dances.
my kids went to non-denominational uh, church when they were younger, and they went to camp and all that through them. I mean, they were a big help. They were paying for the camp and stuff. They'd have like these fundraisers and stuff for the kids who, just for the ones that they couldn't afford, the parents couldn't afford to send them to
Right.
camp. And that's how my kids got to go to camp, a few times because of that.
Yeah.
If it hadn't been for them, they wouldn't have been able to.
That's right. Like they took our kids, just a donation. I didn't have a lot, and for a week they took them. It was only, I don't know, 2 hours. I think it was from 5 to 7, 5 at night to 7, the whole week. 1 week, and they'd play games with them, and I don't know, they did all sorts of stuff, and it was nice. And like I said, it was just donation, and I think I could only give them $40 for the both kids for the week. And
I go, if I got offered to go to a Buddhism church or wherever their hall or however they call it, and or even uh, Jewish and stuff like that, I would go.
Oh yeah.
I would go just to check it out, to see how they do things and how they're to study them. I mean, I find it interesting, the different cultures and different way they do stuff.
Oh yeah, it's true. The Scientology is a little odd. I think a lot of actors are into that, and they're I don't know exactly what they are. They're like it's a made everybody's allowed to believe what they want to believe. So somebody came up with, this is what I think,
Yeah, I
um
don't think I'd go to Scientology.
this is what it is. And so basically, like I told Danny, I said, oh my God, some of this stuff is so stupid, I should make my own church. He's like, I don't think you're allowed to just make your own church. I'm like, why the hell not? Everybody else does. Like, why can't I tell people what I believe in? and it who's to say I can't? You know. um and I'm just gonna call it the House of Spirits since I got tons of spirits, And he's like, "Oh, okay." Hi, Mike. Who is Art, and why are they meditating?
The sun god, where solar comes from, and the sacrifice of a white bull. Power was taken by eating the flesh and drinking the blood of the bull, like what Catholics do during Mass. Well, Catholics drink wine. It's considered the blood of Christ. Wine, and then the bread is the life force, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, because I remember, and I've gone to a few different churches. I'm Greek Orthodox. I like going to the Greek church where I go because I don't understand the word they're saying. They only pass the basket once. I leave. I'm done. It's good. It's all good. I went to the Catholic church. I'll never forget. Who brought me? Oh, my my daughter's father. He's like, no, you have to go to the church, and you should baptize, the kid Catholic. So I went into the Catholic church with him to see what it's all about. And they passed the basket 3 times, maybe 4, and all they talked about was why I should donate to the church. Finally, after an hour of this, I got up and I told him, "You're crazy. This isn't a church. This is these people are thieves." And I walked out of the church. I was so mad. I never went back there. My friend's
Right.
like, "Look at the beautiful church." I'm like, "That church is beautiful, but they're a bunch of fucking thieves. That's why their church is beautiful, because like all they do is steal people's money." She's like, "Excuse me?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, we don't do that in the Greek church, like we don't do that.
Well, the deal is supposedly donations is supposed to pay for the preacher and the church itself, the rental of the building or the mortgage or whatever it is, and the upkeep and the electric bill and stuff like that. And that's what the tithes is for, and to pay, to help pay for the keeping of the church.
You don't need all this fancy stuff. If you made a tiny little church they had a little backyard where you could put people in too when it's nicer. There's a million churches in New York. It doesn't have to be big and fancy because there's a million of them. It's not like if the one across the street is crowded, you're going to go to the other one. It doesn't matter because there's 5 Greek churches, there's 15 Indian churches, there's 12 there's enough churches to choke 10 horses in a 10-block radius, right? So it's not like you didn't need a big humongous building and all brick and all this, unless you were going to make a school. And then if you were going to make a Catholic school in it, then just charge the parents who are going to send their kids to Catholic school. Don't charge me who wants to come and sit in the church.
I understand.
You have like I don't know, it's just weird to me.
I understand that. Like there's a Catholic church and school in the town that I used to live in for 40 years. And I've been to Mass there and to see what it was like and stuff, more than once actually.
Yeah.
And I can say that they didn't, you could give money if you wanted to, but it wasn't expected of you.
Right.
They didn't send the plate around, stuff like that. And the school, they charged for the kids and stuff.
Right.
And it paid the salary of everybody there, paid for the building funding and and stuff like that. And
right.
Paid for the church.
That's what the Greek church does. The Greek church has a school. The parents pay for the kids to go to school. They pay for daycare, after school, whatever. They pay for Sunday school. They pass the basket around once. You're done. Oh, and they send the envelope if you want to be a member of the church every year. You would sign up. the first time you say, oh, I want to be a member of the church. And every year they send you an envelope, like my grandmother would just put money in the envelope every year. And that's it. Here's your, membership fee. I think the membership fee is $250 a year. My grandmother would pay the membership. Then she wouldn't have to put the dollars in the basket all year long because she paid the 250 membership fee. And then if you wanted to have a wedding or anything there at the church, they would do it without you having to pay because you were a member of the church.
The Catholics here in Evansville, now they have a Catholic school over here too, but they also, when they take up money and stuff, they have a Catholic charity where they help with electric bills, and you don't have to be Catholic to get the help. It's for the city, period. And I mean, they help with bills, they help with rent, and stuff. They help with furniture. They help with whatever the need is. And that's where you come in paying money to the church and where the money goes. If they keep track of where the money goes and it's an upstanding church, then the money goes where it's supposed to go.
Right.
To help people.
I'm not saying that maybe they don't use the money for the church. I mean, that church is freaking gorgeous. But that's what I'm saying. You didn't need 500 stained glass windows. You didn't need to do that. So, and I shouldn't have to pay to upkeep that. I didn't tell you to put 500 stained glass windows in there. You could have used regular windows from, Home Depot. I don't care, What I'm saying, in the Greek church, like the church has a beautiful mural painted on from the ceiling all the way down, right? All that was donated by local people who came and painted that mural. Local artists. Yeah, no, the parishioners didn't pay for that. It was parishioners that gave their time to paint the mural. So that's more of what I think a church should be. Like, donate your time, donate your skill. Like, instead of me having to buy, having me to ask the parishioners to give us money so we can fix the plumbing, we should ask, how many plumbers do we have parishioners? Can you give us any time to help us repair this, as a donation to the church? Like, that would be
I agree with that too. But what I'm trying to say is that I agree with what you're saying. But if the church is on the up and up, they tell you up front what the tithes is for.
Right.
If they're not on the up and up, they don't tell you crap. They just want you to do your tithes with the church and spend the money however. Now, this church I went to, I told them ahead of time, because we all know that I got this, I can see things ahead of time before it happens. Not always, but but I do get that. And I knew this preacher was going to leave this church, and I knew he was going to clean them out. And I told him ahead of time, I said, I'm telling you, he's leaving this church within the next 6 months. I said, this man's going to be gone. He's going to clean you out. It wasn't 2 months. He took everything, left in the middle of the night, moved out of his house completely. He had a 3-bedroom brick home. They moved out of the house and moved and left with all the money from the church. And I know how much was in the church funds and all that. I know how much was on the books because I was on the board for the church. He cleaned it out. There wasn't nothing left to even offer another preacher to come or nothing. And they said, how did you know that? How did you know ahead of time? I said, I don't know. I just knew. So then they started calling me a witch. So that's where the witch hunt comes in at. So I'm like, whatever you think, I'm just telling you how I feel about it. So, I mean, it wasn't on the up and up. I mean, you find them, they're like that,
Yeah.
But the ones that's
well, next time they ask you, how do you know that? You say, God told me.
Say what?
Next time they ask you, How'd you know that? You tell him God told me. God told me to tell you, because you ain't fucking listening. Hi, Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Anyway.
I just know, I mean, I know we got on this religion thing, but, you know, I mean, it's at your own discretion whether you want to give or not give. And if you find a church that gives to people like they should and gives back, gives the money, they don't keep the money for themselves. So I'm trying to say for the
well, and that's
you know for a fact they're not doing that, and you want to give money, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
From when I was younger, I had a disdain for the church. Really not the Greek church, because like I said, they don't really ask for anything. They send the envelope to your house. If you put in the money, good. If not, okay, whatever. It's more with the memberships, and the old people give the memberships, and that's that's how they fix everything. Good, okay. But they don't, and they have the schools, and the parents pay for the kids to go to school, fine. But I never really thought about it until when I was younger, of course. But I was a teenager, and I'll never forget, I was a teenager, and this priest came walking. When I was a teenager, Nike sneakers were about $150 to $200 for a pair of Nikes, okay? That might be what they are now, but in 1992, that was a lot of money, okay? $200 then was a lot more money than $200 now, you understand? Because of the worth of it. So anyway, and because what you made at the time, minimum wage was $4.50 at the time, now it's 15. So that's the difference between $200 then and $200 now, because you had to work a whole bunch longer at $4.50 an hour than 15 for $200, right? So this priest came wearing $200 Nike sneakers to ask for donations for the church. And I told them, why don't you donate your sneakers? And then I'm poor. You can't come walking around in the poor projects wearing $200 Nike sneakers, asking people for money. You can't do that shit. I told them, you must be crazy. You must be nuts. It's called inflation, because there you go, Mike.
Put over here in my chat, over here on my channel, he says, Shire put, he said, I would say I saw the minister flicking through a yacht catalog and saying, I will own you soon.
Yes.
Right? That's funny. But, I mean, I didn't know what to tell him or how I knew. I just knew. I mean, I don't know how I know stuff. I just do know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I would say God told me, or the spirits told me, or somebody told me.
Yeah.
I can get the gift. I can get the gift myself.
Yeah, my intuition told me, the gut feeling said, listen, this is what's going to happen. I don't know who's talking into my gut, but somebody was. But yeah.
Well, it's not so much that I heard anybody talking to me. I just knew it. It was like it just.
That was metaphorically speaking. Is that how you say it? Where it's like your gut is telling you. So if your gut tells you, it's like a feeling. I said somebody maybe's talking to your gut, but it was like,
You was talking about somebody being in their 40s earlier, or one of the spirit guides being in their 40s, early 40s.
Oh, yeah. Well, because that's what he kind of reminded me of, because he comes here to read Scott's cards. So when I looked up at him,
the number 38 just popped in my head. Boom, it was there.
Oh, yeah,
I'd say
when I look at him or talk to him, I feel like it's like 40, 41, something like that. I was thinking, 38 could be spot on because, like I said, it was like 40, 41. I was like, yeah, like
I
early
put 38
40s because
because
that's what he looks like to me when he comes to read his cards. I
why
don't
would why
know
would
for sure, but
I mean, why would I think that number? All of a sudden, if like that, I mean, strictly, it wasn't like in his 30s or anything like that, or in his 40s. It was 38.
yeah,
Prominent number come to my head and just boom out of nowhere. I mean, I wasn't even the one talking about it. You was,
yeah.
and it just boom, it hit my head. 38. So I don't know if the spirit guys told me. I don't know who told me, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, well, that's why I mean I put in there because it goes, I don't know how old he is, but from when he stands over me and I talk to him, that's to me, I thought he was like 40, 41. Sorry, I made you a little older, Martin. It's okay. I wasn't that far off. Um, like so. I just because I get the feeling when they if I
I
know
got
them
to
come to
answer
read if they come to read the cards, and I kind of go, oh, hi Sammy girl, how are you, sweetheart? Um, but other than that, yeah, or unless they tell me, but I didn't ask him because I kind of had an idea in my head, like, oh, he must be like 40, you know. We're good, Sammy. Thank you. I'm okay. But yeah, we got off meditation a little. But um I'm a little older than Martin. I'm 49. There you go. My friend, every time she
Hi,
comes over,
Sammy.
my best friend is 6 months older than I am. And every time she says her age, I cringe. And I go, no, you're not that old. You counted wrong. I go, you must be like, 40. And then I'm 39. And she's like, she goes, it doesn't bother me, my age. I'm like, that's good for you. My age bothers me. So you're not going to tell me how the fuck old you are. I don't want to know. I don't want to know how old you are. And that's it. But, hmm
Got that as one of your best mates.
oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Well, probably he's as a spirit, he's way older. He's probably been around forever. you know.
And I put
But,
I put 38 human years.
yeah,
That's
human,
what it
right.
is. Now that doesn't spirit wise. There's no telling. I mean,
Yeah, there's no right, exactly. Hey, Deborah, how are you, sweetheart? I hope you're well.
there's no telling how old he is, and that. So I mean, you could
Yeah.
ask him, Scott. I mean,
Oh, yeah. That's the Catholic Church. That's why I don't go when I have to, other than, to do my prayers. Right. Well, you do it in your house, unless you have to go for like a funeral or a wedding. I don't normally go in the church either. I go for Easter. But funny enough, I stand outside the church during Easter. I listen to the mass from outside. Sometimes, if it's not that crowded, I go in and I light the candles and I kiss all the saints, and I you know do my cross for the saints, and I light a candle, and then I go outside and I listen, and you know. But I don't go inside the church. I turned 24 in July. Oh, she's so young still. We did a whole video on meditation, and we showed a whole video. It was about 10 minutes on meditation. And yeah, so it was really the history and the different types of meditation that each like part of the world, you know, how they took one type and made it all different lineages depending on where they were and what they wanted to use it for. So it was super interesting. No, a lot of people believe like that, Tina. You and I always believed that because, like I said, we I was baptized Greek Orthodox, but you go to the Greek church. And now my mother was Greek, spoke fluent Greek. She didn't teach us because my father was Italian. But anyway, so the Greeks speak ancient Greek in church. Most nobody understands them anymore because nobody speaks ancient Greek anymore. It's just they go by the ancient calendar, they speak ancient Greek. So barely no one understands what the heck the priest is saying. Just recently, I'd say within the last 2 years, the last like 20 minutes of church, the priest says a little something in American. But other than that, nobody knows what the heck he's talking about. Which is why probably so many people go to church being Greek, because they're like, who cares? We don't know what he's saying. We can make our own, prayers as we're in the church because we don't know what the priest is saying any old way. Yeah, Deborah. And actually the video will go up in a little while, just the video part. But yeah. But if you just want to watch back the live stream and hear all our talking, you're very welcome. Nobody understands the Hebrew or rabbis chant either. There you go, Debbie. Yeah. Just they use like the ancient text, I guess because that's what the Bible was written in, so that's what they read it in, but you know. Yeah, that's what it is. Like a group meditation. Everybody goes in there. They do have, of course, like the songs that people know, so they'll sing the songs, and they'll sing the prayers because that's like pretty known. When we go on Easter, we sing the Greek Easter song, Um, and people know the songs, but the sermon itself, no. Not at all.
I'm gonna have to get off of here.
Yes. Oh,
Great. So much love to everybody. That my channel's gonna run as long as she's on.
oh yeah. I'm not. I'm gonna end it in just a few minutes. Anyway, so
All right.
But yeah, Mary hasn't been feeling well. So prayers to Mary that the new medicine.
Amen. But exactly, Lunar. They worshipped. I like that survived through like this ages and was adopted into Catholicism during the Council of Nicaea as a ritual for Christ, not Malik. Yes. Strange how things pan out. Yeah, it is strange how things work out like that. Yeah. Have a good night, Gina. Y'all take care, Shire. Thanks for being here. all of you guys that's on my channel, thanks for being on it. I highly appreciate it. Um, uh, let's see who all's on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that, but get that.
Just in
Sammy,
case anyone didn't see me yesterday, I dyed my hair black, so we're very.
Alan, thanks for coming. Jen, thanks for being here. Y'all, thanks for supporting my channel. When I get to feeling a little bit better, I will be going live again on Sundays. Just so y'all know, may take a little. It's going to take a little time, probably.
Thanks,
I
Scott.
know I won't be on this Sunday. So let's shoot. Hopefully next Sunday, but you're just gonna have to check to see if I've got it set. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling next Thursday when I'm on with Christina. So anyway, good night, everybody.
Good night, Mary. Thanks for joining us and playing the video for us.
All right. You're welcome. Very much so.
Yeah, guys. So don't forget to pray for Mary. Hopefully, she got some new medicine. So hopefully that will work. She'll get used to it. It takes a while for the medicine to, for you to get used to it. And then, and then she'll be back to her old Mary self. And, yeah, we could go a little longer on Thursdays. And yeah, that'd be good. Usually we only do around an hour and a half on Thursday anyway, because it's just we play the video and then answer any questions. On the road on Friday. That sounds good. Scott, by the way, I did do a reading for you in the very beginning yesterday. You were the first one, so you could go back and watch it. Martin helped me out. You gave you a card reading. So yeah, if you didn't see it, definitely go back and see it. Yeah. And anyone who doesn't know, like Wednesdays, we do divination, any kind we got going on, whatever the spirits want to read or whatever you want. Okay, sorry, I forgot. No, you're okay. We did it. So I saw your comment right beforehand, so I made sure I did yours first. And so yeah, so you can go back and watch it. And yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, if you're on Mary's channel and you don't know either, every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel, I read cards, charms, witches, runes. We do astrology, whatever we got going on. Like I said, we'll read. We could do yes or no questions on pendulums. Anything you like, come by on Wednesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys are into crafts and cooking, I started a second channel just for crafts and cooking. No paranormal or anything. Just crafts and cooking on Christina's cooking and crafting channel, which would be it's probably in my links on my cooking and crafting videos that I put up on my channel, saying, hey, if you just like cooking and crafting, go there, because I had a lot of new subscribers from shorts, but they were only watching the crafting and cooking. So I said, well, go over there. You could go over there and watch it, and you don't have to if you're not into paranormal. So I put the separate one. Hopefully this week I can get into the garden. It's been raining so much here that it's so wet. I can't even do any gardening because I can't do the weeds or anything on the floor while everything's soaking wet. So hopefully this week I'll start the gardening, and then I'll do some gardening videos, but that probably, I don't know if it'll be on the cooking and crafting, or I have another like just vlog channel that I started, but I haven't really put anything on it yet. So I might use that it's like a New York vlogging one. I was going to do 3, but guys, doing 2 is hard enough. So I don't know. But anyway, we'll see what we do with that. But this channel's finally monetized, so if you guys watch the commercials, whatever they put on there, that'd be cool. If you guys, I have memberships too. They're $2.99 a month to $4.99 a month, really cheap. I don't think I have anything over $5 in the membership section, and I don't discriminate. Like, all the members get the same stuff. I don't care which one you buy. YouTube, you had to have different stuff, but I'm really like, I give everybody the same. So if you want to join at the $2.99 a month, you get videos named after you, and all sneak peeks, and everything comes out beforehand for the members first. So yeah. Yeah, Diane, I'm gonna sign off now. The video is actually should have just went out that we did. So if you missed it, you can watch on my channel now the meditation video. It's about 10 minutes. It should be out now, and you guys can watch that. And then if you have any questions, you can put it in the comments down below under the video, and I'll answer them if I can, if I know the answer. Yeah, so I tried to do a members live stream just for members last week, but no one showed up. So I was there 15 minutes kind of by myself. So then I was like, oh, I don't know. It's like, maybe it's a weird time. But then I realized it was a holiday last week. So maybe I'll try again to do a members one. And even if no members come, I'll leave it up there this time. I was just basically talking to myself because I thought like, oh, we'd have like conversations. I'm like, that's kind of silly to leave it up that I'm talking to myself for 15 minutes. But maybe I'll like actually do something, and then I could put it up for members only or something, like, even after if nobody comes. So we'll try. I'm sure we'll watch it. I missed most of it. So yeah. It's a good video about the history of meditation. Kind of worked hard on it. It actually took me like 4 days to get all the information together and to talk it and all this stuff. So the videos take me a while, so I'd appreciate the watch on it, guys, if you would go back and watch it. Thank you to everyone in Mary's chat. Thank you everyone who came to my chat. I'll put on the outro, and yeah, I will see you the next time we go live at some point. Oh, tomorrow is comedy, guys. Don't forget. So if you're interested in having a laugh, then you can 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon Eastern Standard Time. We'll have the comedy video will come out. You guys can tell me if I'm funny. And then, we will see you on the tube somewhere. Thank you guys so much again, and I'll see you soon.
Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. We are so glad you came. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Is everyone gone? Huh? Good. Oh my gosh, my cheeks are killing me. I can't keep smiling like this anymore. I'm exhausted.